Guys, welcome back to the channel. I told you in a previous video that I would show you how I mixed the dirt bag, dried molasses, the lick 'em stick 'em, and the deer cane mix, how I mixed them together in a liquid form with the Evolved Habits, if you can see it there, mud hole deer attractant. That's what we're here for, to show you guys some of the things that I've done to attract some pretty good sized deer. Each one of these are proven to me, and I think how to break them down and make them last longer. Where we come from, you're not trying to just outspend the other hunter. You got to do something out there. There's plenty of deer on our property. There's plenty of deer on property next to us that these guys are hunting. And in order for us to have the best luck, because I feel like that's what a lot of hunting is luck, at the deer that we are trying to kill, or I'm trying to kill. My dad and brothers, they'll slaughter them like nobody's business. They've all got big bucks on the wall. I don't, but this stuff has proven in our area to bring in good sized bucks on camera. And the difference in me being able to hit them with a bow and not hit them with a bow is on me, not on this stuff bringing them in. So I'm going to kind of show you what I do mixing it together. If you like the video, please hit the subscribe button and like, and leave me a comment if you see something that I could add to this or take away from it. I want to just show you guys what I feel like works, and it'll bring success. Each one of these items together, or each one of these items alone, make for really good attractants, and the way I do it here just kind of makes them last a little bit longer, and I believe attracts the deer very well. So thanks for tuning in. As I get started with this, I'll just kind of hold it up and show you. I'm going to be mixing them in these little canisters, and this will actually turn into a shake, and it'll be really thick when I get done with it. After it sets for a little while, it'll even get thicker, and then you just kind of shake it up, add a little bit of water to it. I don't believe in this mixture that having creek water, rainwater, any of that really matters like it would if you was just putting them out, pouring it out alone. So as we get started, thank you guys for watching, and here we go. I always start with a little bit of water. As you can see, I'm talking just a little bit of water. I don't want to have a ton of liquids in there. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. So just a little bit. You guys don't have to, there's not a specific recipe, but what I'll do is, you'll see I'm going to mix this up a pretty good bit a couple of times, and it does get messy inside the lid. But if you guys just watch it, and you'll see that's pretty much already the consistency of mud just right out of the gate. It's just good, not very, not liquidy at all. It has absorbed that water, but that's a good base to activate each one of these things that are in here. We'll thin it up, but so now we're talking mixing a decent amount. As you can probably see just a little bit, we're talking 6-7 tablespoons, just enough. You're going to see what we're going to do, and it's the consistency that you're looking for, where you can get all that stuff and it'll get in there and break it up. So you'll see here, we'll have to shake a little bit harder to get it off the bottom and get it to all mix up some. And add a little bit of water, just a little bit, just enough to get it to mix the way you want to. You may even want to have something. I use an arrow. As I'm down here, I'll use an arrow. Here's where I'm going to kind of cover the top of that mixture with the water. You may use your wife's utensils in the kitchen. I not dare try to tread in that area, because she tries to keep her kitchen really clean. This is where it's going to get a lot more liquidy, but because we're going to go back in with some more of the dirt bag, the molasses mixture, to get that really good and finished product at the end. After we put the deer cane in there and mix it in with this, we'll go back over. But you just want to make sure that all that was on the bottom, that original amount, is good and mixed in with this other stuff, because the molasses, the dried molasses, really thickens all this up at the end if you need to. You're talking adding teaspoons, tablespoons at the end, just to get it to that thickness that'll pour. And but still, at the end of the day, this stuff's going to dry in some. So when you get into the woods, you can kind of see, when you get into the woods, you're going to need something to stir it up, break it off the bottom a little bit if you let it harden. But this has proven to be a really good attractant. I'm going to use another one and pour it out on the camera just so you guys can see what it does when it's mixed together. A good towel, have on hand, clean your arrow if you're going to use it. I got screwdrivers and I still use my stinking arrows like they're mixing sticks, but just something easy to use. It's already right here with me. Now here, look, I think this is critical. It keeps them coming back. This is literally the most, in my opinion, the most attractive thing to a deer in the woods while we're down here. And this is kind of where you're going to make it a little bit difficult to judge. For me, I love this. I don't care if you put all this in here, just right on top of it and mix it up. As long as you can get a good mixture where it keeps that brown color, you're fine. You're absolutely fine at that point. This will mix in there pretty well because you've got all the other stuff mixed up, but we'll rake it with the arrow one more time once we get it going. But so all you're really doing right here is making it a little bit thicker. And this smell, you'll go right here and it smells like mud, literally smells like mud. It's almost disgusting, the consistency of it, but it's a really good product, and it's all of it together is the attractant of your dreams. They'll tear this stuff up. I pour it. A lot of people ask me. I pour it on a area, some like what you would just do a normal kind of like a scrape. If you're going to rake it off and pour it on the ground, and you know where that area is, and they're going to dig into the ground, I'll usually mark that spot with a good solid 4 or 5 foot by 4 or 5 foot area and pour it out. And I'll mark that spot with a dead tree. That's something you could just break apart with your hands. And you're going to find out, if you use this, if you're hesitant about it, try it one time. And I'm talking about, you saw I poured in there. Now I went almost to about 1 inch off the lip of this. Y'all may or may not know where you can get these canisters. I have no clue where you can get them. They had sand in them, is how I picked them up. But right here, you're going to find, if you put this out on the ground, between this lick 'em stick 'em, which I believe is a really good peppermint-based product. This dirt bag is a molasses base. The deer cane is a heavy attractant. I mean, it sucks them in from, I believe, miles away. You're gonna get deer's pattern once you get them in there with this right here, and they're gonna keep coming back. If you smell this, it's just dripping off right now. We're gonna thicken it up a little bit with this dirt bag, the molasses mixture. Some of this stuff y'all would already use independently, but if you put it out there and put this stuff, just gonna thicken it up just a little bit with this, just enough to get it thick. We're not gonna really pour it to a specification, guys. We're pouring it to kind of get it to be something like a good melted chocolate consistency, where it'll stick and stay right there. Right, this stuff right here. If you like good attractants that'll last a long time, you put this on the ground. Don't worry about it for a month. As you can tell how much I've used, you can make hundreds of these. You can make literally hundreds of them. Let me grab one more. I'm here whipping this up like a scientist. I'm going to grab one of these canisters over here. This may not be to the thickness that I want it to be at yet, but guys, that's it right there. That is the answer to all of your big buck, and tons of deer coming in to lick this stuff. Eat it right out of the ground. Y'all know how they do the deer cane. You pour this over top of corn. I've tried it over top of corn. It doesn't last as long, of course, because it mixes with the corn, and then you pull it out. I've actually got corn that I poured this on top of, and they eat corn so fast. You all know you can't judge stuff off corn, but if you make you a good spot that you can pour that on, they're gonna just keep coming back. Y'all bear with me for just a second. I'm gonna get one more of these salt canisters out and just kind of show y'all if it's the thickness that I want, we'll go with it. If not, I'll mix a little bit more and let you guys see it, but it looks to be pretty close. It'll get harder. It'll get a little bit more consistent. The consistency will get a little bit thicker. But as you guys can see, that pouring out clumps. Just clumps. I want you to be able to see inside this, kind of that color, how much is in there. You guys can see it right there just a little bit. And the color, just a nice mahogany color that you guys, you'll love this stuff. If you mix this up, I don't believe there's any right way or total wrong way. You could probably use just the lick 'em stick 'em. I like the color that it is, because when you pour it on the ground, it's not just sticking out there like a sore thumb. If you put it on corn, I think it attracts them to it a little bit faster, because all these have more of an attractant smell to them. But you guys will see, I'll mix this up and get it a little bit thicker, and want this to be pretty thick when you get done with it. Like I said, so it'll stick to the top of the ground, or it'll stick to that dead rotten tree and just hug it even when it rains. It'll get in there and mix up real good. This is the consistency that I'm looking for right here. Is perfect. So guys, look, I'm not a guru on attracting deer by all means. Each one of these products right here stand alone very well. This is just something that I kind of use with this mud hole. That's exactly what it is. You pour it out on the ground, they're going to dig a mud hole right there when it rains, and they'll get down in there and they'll just claw, getting down on their knees on the camera that we have and just digging the ground up. And they'll do that with each one of these products: the dirt bag, the lick 'em stick 'em, or the deer cane. The lick 'em stick 'em would be one thing that you'd have harder time finding, because I believe it's only sold either. I haven't seen a website you can order off of, but we use Etsy to get it. I asked my wife to just go back and just get it if I need it. I've got 6 bags ordered I got 6 bags that I ordered that are right back there. This stuff's it's what you're gonna carry in the woods with you. If you use it and you try it, I don't think you'll go back to anything else. Keep you a good towel on hand if you guys are gonna mix this. Thank you for watching. The lick 'em stick 'em. Nice peppermint base. This right here, you'll find your kids eating it. Dirt bag, molasses. Smells pretty good itself to me. Deer cane. I don't even know what it smells like. It don't smell that great to me, but you can tell it's something that'll stand out in the woods. And this mud hole, using all this stuff right here together, it's gonna make for a great attractant. It's gonna bring in deer. Whether it brings in that monster buck that they all got on this bag or not, I don't know. But an old man told me one time, let your deer find it with their nose, not with their eyes. And that's what this does, is keeping this color, the color kind of the ground that you're pouring it on. It mixes in well, and you don't have to worry about this solid bright white or this peppermint red that you don't really see in the woods being out there. You know, it's a distraction. The big bucks, I don't think, are going to walk right up to something like this and just go to town on it. Apparently, some people have them do it. I think those big mature bucks will come into this, and you guys will probably be surprised at how well this will work if you'll try it. If, you know, I get down here and somebody's having a hard time getting it to mix to the consistency, which I don't think you can, get it deer cane, mud hole, water, pour the molasses to it. It'll get thick. Let it set. Let it set. It'll get thicker. Carry it. Have a little room in there. Have a little water with you. Have something you can stir it up with when you get in the woods. And I believe you will kill deer by just pouring this out on the ground. Even if it's around that acorn tree that they've been coming to, when the acorns fall and they're coming in there, find you a spot that's near it, not right under it. You don't want to mess up your good acorn tree and have them digging up the roots on it. Pour this out somewhere where they can find it while they're in there doing their natural thing. They can come over here and find this, and you'll have them tagging it after those acorns are off the ground. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what I've done here, hit the like button. If you don't, leave a comment or put a thumbs down. You're not going to hurt my feelings by telling me that you don't think that you'll like it. I actually like the information. And you guys subscribe to the channel. If you like some of the other videos that are on there, so subscribe. If you want to see something, test it out. I'm going to one day get an editing software that I can put some of the pictures of the deer that I have on there right outside this door right here. If I could set this camera up, there is a green field up on the hill that's got turnips and a shot plot mixture that I didn't even till the ground, a no-till plot that's right up on the hill that I tested out, that I didn't have good enough camera equipment to put out for you guys. And I keep a good feed spot right here where I put some corn just so we can see them off the back deck, my wife and I. And these are my test deer. There's some big bucks around here, and when it gets a little bit closer to rut and the weather turns, we're going to hang some stuff out there and see what's the best doe and heat attractant. And hopefully by then I'll have me a good game camera that'll catch it, that I can transfer over to my computer and put up for you guys to see. So if you've got things that you use that you don't see me using here, let me know. This Lick 'em Stick 'em, these guys I believe are out of Texas. They do a really good job with this stuff. Dirtbag, I have no idea who makes it. I just saw it was a pretty heavy molasses mixture. And the deer cane, it's worked well for my family for a long time, my brother and dad and my uncles. So you guys try this and let me know. If you're in Alabama and you're close and you want to try it and you don't want to mix it up, I'll give you some. Just contact me and I can put you on location that you can come and get it, and I'll hand it to you personally. I don't sell anything off this. I don't get any endorsements or any of that stuff, as you can tell, because I ain't real good at this. But get serious, get Hoyt. That's a good bow. Matthew's a good bow. All of them's good bow, guys. All of this product's pretty good product, or it wouldn't be on the shelf up there. And if you got any questions, need any help with anything, that if you're not killing deer and there's something I can help you with, because I ain't killing them either, maybe you can help me, let me know. Subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.